I'm Jerome Weeks. Can a grand old movie theater in Oak Cliff make it in our world of digital downloads? The Texas Theater is one of North Texas' last remaining movie palaces, but it closed in 1989 and was nearly torn down. Jason Reimer is the creative director of Aviation Cinemas, the new company that runs the Texas. They're reopening it as a revival house, committed to classics and independent films. Jason, welcome to Think.
Thank you very much for having me.
Now, since the Texas closed about 20 years ago, there have been various attempts to remodel it, save it. So catch us up. Who owns it now, and how did the Oak Cliff Foundation run it?
The Oak Cliff Foundation actually is the owner, currently owner. The foundation got involved in around about 2001, and at the time it was being renovated for the purpose of live theater, and specifically musical theater, but mostly live theater. It wasn't going to be a movie house at that stage, but you know, as has been the case for many, many years with that theater, there were many problems came involved with the renovations, and it's a big old theater and a huge engine to get running. So that was a very difficult time for them. Eventually, the money kind of dwindled out, interest kind of dwindled again, and the foundation then it's kind of sat vacant for like the last 3 or 4 years, more or less. Occasional events, movie premieres occasionally, parties, burlesque shows, things like that. But it hasn't been used in a consistent basis for several years, which most people probably know. But
well, you're a composer, a filmmaker, and you worked for the Oak Cliff Foundation.
Right.
So how did Aviation Cinemas enter the picture?
It was kind of a really lucky break for the foundation. I got involved through a musical friend, mutual friend, Stuart Sykes, who is the current chairman and president of the Oak Cliff Foundation, and we have many mutual friends. So I kind of happened into it through him, and I was just trying to find out where I could show films, and my thinking was, you know, once we got involved in it, there was all this room for doing whatever we wanted, really. My thinking was we could maybe attract someone that might be interested in doing a repertory theater or something along those lines, as long as we were showing things that were interesting. So we started doing 1 or 2 movies a week, and we met Barack, who's
Barack Epstein.
Yeah, Barack Epstein is aviation, one of the main guy of Aviation Cinemas. He just wanted to show his movie there, and we kind of struck up a conversation about it, and he had all these big ideas. He'd been trying to do a theater in other parts of the city, and they hadn't come through. So it was a very, very symmetrical match to what he wanted and what we needed.
Well, your partners are all film producers of various stripes,
Right.
and you've been an artist and a filmmaker yourself. But have any of you programmed and run a movie theater before?
I'm probably the only one that hasn't been involved directly with it. I mean, I'm a film watcher, you know, for that, you know, I've never worked in a theater. But Barack actually works in theaters and has extensive training in that area. And his family has a company called Videotex that does equipment and things like that for film production. So he is very well versed in a lot of things that go into the theater and things like that. And the other guys are more well versed than I am. So I'm probably least experienced in actual functioning of an actual theater, even though I've worked in other aspects of service and things like that. But he has run a theater in some respects before.
The Texas will be what's known as a revival house or a repertory cinema, but Dallas hasn't really supported a true revival house in some time. So what kinds of films are you planning on programming that you think will draw people to the Texas?
And the short answer is I don't know. You know, I'm approaching it, and we're all approaching it just by showing films we love, and I'm thinking of it more in the lines of, if you came to my house and sat on my, you know, couch, what would I show you? You know, that's what I kind of think of it like. I don't think of any grand scheme of us versus any other theater or competing or anything like that. We just want to show things that you can't see in most other places, or that would be fun to show, like a Kurosawa tribute or things like that, that maybe, you know, other theaters can't always do that stuff. They're not allowed to for several reasons. There's several programmers involved, and we kind of have a little more leeway what we can get away with. So we can kind of show whatever we want.
The Texas Theater will have a separate bar, and there's some talk about transforming the balcony into additional screens. Is it safe to say that you're borrowing a few ideas from the Inwood?
I think the Inwoods come up in conversation, but it's more just I think we understand why the Inwood did it. More or less. The balcony thing is way off. That's not gonna happen anytime in the near future. That's a very expensive venture. But the downstairs stuff is pretty logical for us. I mean, those are all logical things that the Inwood did as well.
Now, aviation is reopening the Texas at the end of this month, and then there's another opening in January. Why this sort of double launch?
Well, because there's several legal reasons why, not legal, but permits and things like that. So we're not going to be able to just out of the gate serve people liquor, things like that. We can't do that up front. So it's going to be a little bit of a stair-step soft opening until we get all of those things in line, and then we want to have a larger party, and kind of have a grand opening in that sense. But we never planned on it out of the gate being this big gala event, and we just wanted to start showing movies again after these renovations happened.
Well, the Texas Theater used to have, anyway, a seat marking where Lee Harvey Oswald was captured by the police. Is that still there?
Long gone.
Is there any plan to put any sort of marker?
We're going to be marking things with brass plates for donors that have helped us out in the past, and also the Lee Harvey Oswald seat. But the original seat was stolen years and years ago. Long ago. The Smithsonian seat is a fake.
Well, are you planning to do anything else with that part of the Texas history, like running something like Oliver Stone's JFK or other assassination
They do
films?
that usually every year. We'll be showing another film that involves the assassination this year that was a kind of a mockumentary kind of a thing called Interview with the Assassin, which is a fake documentary based on the guy that says he's the second shooter, his little thriller. We're going to show that during that week and show something else with JFK as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, give us an idea of any festivals in the plans. I mean,
the first festival we're doing is a local guy that we're doing something called the Bloodbath Festival, which is there's going to be plenty of little horror movies and things like that we're going to show because we're all kind of fans of that stuff. But next year we have plenty of things in the works, but nothing's solidified. There's no major festivals until next year.
Oh, until next year.
Yeah.
Well, your partners are filmmakers. I'm assuming that some of this is going to be local product up on screen.
Definitely, for sure. We're very interested in supporting local filmmakers, regional as well. I mean, we want to provide an open place that people like that can't show it anywhere else or just want to premiere a new movie or something like that would love to talk to them and have them show it there. That just adds to the uniqueness of the programming to us, and also a supportive community for local artists and things like that.
Well, thank you. Good luck with the efforts.
Thanks very much.
To read more about the Texas Theater, go to artandseek.org. And while you're there, you can sign up for Art&Seek's e-newsletter. Chris?
Thanks, Jerome. To access our free podcast, you can go to the Think page of KERA's website, kera.org/think. And we'd like to know your thoughts on the show as well. You can email us at think@kera.org. My name is Chris Boyd. Thanks for being with us, and have a great week.
To learn more, go to kera.org/think. Think is made possible in part by Dell Services. Dell Services develops and delivers a comprehensive suite of IT and application services, business process solutions, and consulting services designed to help customers succeed. For more information, you can visit dell.com/services. By Southwest Securities, a nationally recognized regional brokerage firm that's been meeting the needs of Southwest investors for more than 30 years. Southwest Securities is a member of the New York Stock Exchange and SIPC. By the Executive Education Center at the University of Texas at Dallas, providing degree and non-degree programs to help corporate professionals and executives stay ahead. On the web at som.utdallas.edu/executive. And by the valued support of KERA members. Thank you.